All right, so with probability, the first thing you got to look at is what you want over the total. All right, so you're always thinking in your head, what are you looking for? And that's going to be your numerator. And what is the total number of options, choices, etc., as our denominator? What we're going to do today is look at what we call extrapolating probability or predicting based on a known probability. All right, so we always have kind of a given probability and then what if. All right, so a standard die is rolled 100 times. All right, so how many times would you expect it to land on an even number? So there's a few things we need to unpack. A standard die is 6-sided. All right. The choices are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So first we have to figure out what's the probability of landing on an even number one time. Okay. So even numbers are 2, 4, and 6. So there are 1, 2, 3 favorable outcomes. So the chances of getting an even number on one roll is 3 out of 6. Now, if we roll it 100 times, now we got to look at how many times we get it with an even number with that. So here we have to cross multiply. All right, and I'll kind of move my work up here because I got some space. So 3 times 100 equals 6x. Okay. 300, I just multiplied that, equals 6x. Now in order to solve that, you divide by 6 to get x is equal to 50. Okay, so 50 times is your answer. Next one, a card is drawn from a standard deck and replaced 60 times. How many times would you expect to pick a diamond? Okay, so the first thing that you got to look for is standard deck. So there's 52 total cards in a deck. Okay, now there are 13 of each suit. So there's 13 diamonds, 13 spades, 13 hearts, and 13 clubs. If you add that up, it gives you 52. Okay. Another way to look at it is there are 4 suits, and there'll be 13 of each. So 13 total. And I'll just draw this equal sign a little fatter so I can do my proportion on the other side. If we were to pull 60 cards, we don't know how many times we would get what we want. So 13 times 60 equals 52 times x. I'm going to have to scribble some work on my page. All right, multiply that. You got 780 equals 52x. And then if we divide this both sides by 52, I just did the work on the side, so I have that answer ready. 15. So your answer would be 15 times. All right, a fair spinner labeled 1 to 5 is spun 100 times. How many times do you expect it to land on number 3? So a fair spinner is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Typically it'll be like a circle, like 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they'll all be equally sized. All right, so the choices are those, and you're looking for number 3. So there is one favorable outcome out of 5. Now we'll set that to 100 spins and see how many 3s we should get. So we'll have 100. 1 times 100 equals 5 times x. And we'll divide both sides by 5 to get x is equal to 20. That would be 20 times. All right, so a letter is chosen from probability 110 times. How many times would you expect to choose the letter B? All right, so first we got to count the total number of letters in probability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 11 total letters. And how many B's are there? 1, 2. So 2 out of 11 is one chance pulling that. All right, so now if we're going to do 110, we don't know how many B's we should be pulling. So let's cross multiply 2 times 110 equals 11 times x. 220 equals 11 times x. Divide both sides by 11, and we get x is equal to 20. 20 times